welcome to Modern Vegan Family, where I'm Lisa Chell and you are in Chell's Kitchen, where today we are making surprise sauce that we're going to use on tofu croutons. Now, what got me thinking about surprise sauce is it was one of my favorite all-purpose sauces and marinades when my family was small, and I used to use it on a lot of animal products. And I kind of left it behind in my thought process when we moved into being vegan, and possibly because it used to use onion soup mix, which of course has some beef stock in it. So today I reincarnated the recipe and made it more whole foods and obviously vegan, because my son's here recovering from his wisdom tooth surgery, and I'm just trying to make some old family favorites. So today the surprise sauce is going to be making tofu croutons. But you could also put this on chickpeas or beans, or use it as a marinade for anything, or as a sauce for stews that would go on top of rice or noodles or whatever. That's the thing about surprise sauce. It surprises you how many ways that you can use it. So let's get started. I've got my handy dandy blender here. You can use any size blender. It doesn't really require a high power blender for this. And we're going to start with a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. Now I like to use Bragg's liquid aminos, but you could just use soy sauce. A 1/4 cup of organic coconut palm sugar. There we go, plop plop. And in this little one, we have a teaspoon of organic tomato paste, a 1/2 teaspoon of capers, and a 1/4 teaspoon of prepared mustard, or you could use a 1/4 teaspoon of mustard powder. Put that in there. A little bit messy, who cares? Then I have 2 tablespoons of diced onion and 1/2 clove of garlic. Now if you're a real garlic lover, you can use a clove. We just find that 1/2 clove is perfect for our tastes. 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. And here's the secret ingredient. It's optional, but I really love it. Is that I reconstituted some dried shiitake mushrooms. So you could use a fresh shiitake, but just enough to be about the equivalent of 1 mushroom, and adds, I don't know, a bit more of that umami flavor. So I'm going to put in 1 reconstituted shiitake. Again, that's optional, up to you. And then maybe about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of water, just so that the blender blends it up just right. And that is the basis of our marinade. I'm going to just give it a little whip in the blender. Now what I've taken here is 1 block of non-GMO organic tofu, and I've cut it up, as you can see, into a nice dice. We're going to pour the marinade, the surprise sauce marinade, on top of the diced tofu. These are going to be one of our favorite protein sources, tofu croutons. We absolutely love them. You can use them in Buddha bowls. We are going to use them eventually, these ones, on top of a vegan stroganoff. But this video is directly towards the surprise sauce on the croutons. Let's mix up the marinade. And again, if you want to make something like a chickpea stew or a tofu stew, where you want it to be really saucy, just double the recipe and add a little bit more water. So under typical conditions, we would let that marinate for at least 10 minutes. I'm going to put just a little bit of melted coconut oil in here, just so that they don't get too sticky on the pan. That was maybe 1 teaspoon, not very much. Don't have to have a lot of fat in this recipe. Now imagine this is sat and marinated for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Just spread it out on a greased sheet. Get all the sauce and the croutons on there, and spread it out so that there's lots of space. The tofu's not piled up on each other. And we're going to put that in the oven at 350, bake for 20 minutes, and then take them out, toss them about again, put them back in the oven for another 20 minutes. If you like them a little less done, about 15 more minutes, a little more done, about 25 minutes. When they come out, they're going to look just like this. Nice, these are quite firm. They really have a nice flavor. I mean, food like this helps people transition away from meat because it's got that almost barbecue-y flavor. It reminds you of maybe sauces that you used to put on meatballs and stuff. So you're really going to love the croutons. I hope you come back and join me for our next video, which is going to be a stroganoff with some of these croutons on top. Please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for coming to visit Modern Vegan Family. Peace, love, and plants.